Hello and welcome to the Gopherwood Lounge. I am Ark Press Senior Editor DJ Butler here with Ark Press Senior Editor David Afshari. Before we get started, please remember to like the video, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, go to X and follow Ark_Press, and go to Ark.Press and sign up for the mailing list. Hey, it's Friday. We just want to talk a little bit because next week, David, next week is the big week.
4 days.
4 days.
Tuesday.
For
Yeah.
Tuesday, next Tuesday morning, we're gonna have a live stream on YouTube with Mr. Monster Hunter himself, Larry Correia, soon to be known as Mr. American Paladin.
Yeah.
Uh,
And why are we live streaming with Larry, Dave?
we're live streaming with Larry because we have a Kickstarter, and this is really exciting because we've sort of been. I'm going to use a word that Tony hates. We've been beavering away in our work closets. Um, I don't know why this is probably not an expression they have in
In
our
Alabama.
Alabama. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't use those two states. My apologies, Arkansans and Alabamians. Yeah. So yeah, we've been working away sort of invisibly. We're trying not to be invisible. We do this channel. We're on X. But still most of what we do is kind of man behind the curtain stuff. And now we are coming out with a product. So Larry Correia has we've got a new series launching from Ark Press called American Paladin. We are kickstarting deluxe editions of book one, as well as a graphic novel and other kind of fun bits and bobs related to it. So we're gonna have a live stream next Tuesday. The next time you see us posting the Gopherwood Lounge is going to be a live stream with Larry Correia doing an AMA and counting down to the launch of the Kickstarter.
Yeah. And then we'll be live as it launches and to see all those pledges roll in. We think,
Yep.
this is such a cool, like I said, this is our first sort of real, I mean, this is the first time you can buy something from us, right? So in a way, really our first thing.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, and so we're really excited about it. We think it's going to do really well. We think that Larry's fans are going to love this. We also think this is like the perfect vehicle for people who have maybe kind of heard of him but never quite picked one of the books up, or who haven't. I think, this is really him in a wheelhouse that he had that made, it's the kind of broadly urban fantasy genre that really made him the name that he is. But it is something that is also a little different, and he is drawing on a lot of his personal experiences and growing up in the West and living in the West most of his life, most or all of his life. And this is, I think, man, this thing has got such appeal to everybody. It just sounds so cool. And so we're really excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So thought today we could just look at just some of the graphics and kind of talk about the series, the Kickstarter, just for a few minutes. This is just a Friday short, 10 minutes of sharing stuff here.
Yeah.
So
So real quick, if I while you pulling those up, I would say people can head over to our X feed, and the pinned post is a email sign up about this Kickstarter. So we will email you if you do it now, there's not going to be a whole lot of updates, but we will update you when it goes live, certainly. And or you can go over to Kickstarter and search American Paladin or Ark Press or Larry Correia or what have you, and it'll pull up, and you can sign up for their pre-launch page, which will again notify you immediately when this goes live. There are, I guess we can talk about the specifics of the Kickstarter when you've got some graphics going, Dave.
yes, and I
But
just
I would just encourage people to do that because there are going to be some perks that you will only get if you've signed up for the email, or can only get if you signed up for our email about this. And on the Kickstarter pre-launch page, I would just say we are going to email you if you sign up for our mailing list about this, but it never hurts to be extra careful and get those from directly from Kickstarter as well. And
Yeah, 100%.
selfishly, it helps us goose the algorithm a little bit. So if that's something you're willing and able to do, head over there. This is that they call the hero image. You can see this is like at the top of the Kickstarter, at least it is as of right now. We're still tweaking this thing, and we probably will be like until 2 seconds before it goes live. It was one of those things. But yeah, Dave, what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at, first of all, the two editions of the book and
Of
the
the
graphic
novel.
novel.
Yeah.
So the graphic novel is Larry has had adaptations of his work before. This is the first time he has written a graphic novel, and he worked with the artist Alex Wisner to write effectively a sort of a side quest or a short story that really introduces Mike Spears. And this graphic novel is already at the printer.
Yeah,
Um,
this is our first thing Ark Press sent to the printer.
yeah, that's it.
So it was a fun day for us. Yeah.
In fact,
Uh,
yeah, I will come back to that image, but let me just let me share that cover. So let's see. Sorry, are you seeing the?
yeah, graphic novel. Oh,
Okay,
you
good.
muted yourself. Yeah, this is
Uh-huh.
the graphic novel, American Paladin Dust Sacrifice.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome. So a little bit about sort of the series and the character. I think so. I think I've heard Larry say this. The idea of the character comes from a quote from Larry's dad, who said, "The reason why we have so much crime is there aren't enough good men willing to go to prison."
Mhm.
So I kind of
Draw your own conclusions about what that
about
means.
what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it means he's sort of like the Punisher if the Punisher drove a pickup truck.
Yeah, sure.
And so he fights. This is like it's a monster hunter type story. He fights supernatural threats and monsters, but also there aren't always demons or vampires to deal with, or Wendigos. So sometimes it's the human monsters. It's the Aztec blood sacrifice cults, right? Or the kidnappers or sex traffickers. Um, these are Western stories. This is, Larry not only in his natural kind of writing habitat, writing a modern character who fights with guns, but he's actually writing in his geographical native habitat, right? Larry is from, farmland California and from Utah, right? And that's the kind of country these stories are set in. There's sort of a fun fact here. This is actually not the original cover. What
Yeah.
what happened to the original cover?
So the original cover is one of, if you, we will have a limited edition if you sign up for the mailing list only. This will not be through the Kickstarter, I don't think. As of right now, it's not. We're going to do like a limited edition posters of the original cover, which had more of this look. Mike Spears is the main character's name, was pointing the gun directly at you, um, which we thought was cool and dangerous and neat, and Amazon thought was a threat of violence or something. I don't know. Apparently,
They won't let you run Amazon ads.
they will not, yes. And so effectively, like your book, because like they consider like customers also bought, that's an ad, right? Or you might also like is an ad. So if you have a gun, I don't know if any other weapon, probably a bazooka, but I don't know if
No,
a
this
blade.
is similar.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with the first Indrajit and Fix novel in the
Mhm.
Palace of Shadow and Joy because it's got old-timey fantasy art like 80s, and there's like a kobold kind of being impaled on a spear, and
Mhm.
exactly the same thing. I can't run an ad. They won't promote the book at all.
Yeah, because it's too violent. So gun up to the side, perfectly fine. Pointed at the reader, too menacing. So this is, yeah, we had to have Alex redo the cover art. Um, but yeah, if you do sign up for the mailing list, we're gonna have a secret reward. That would be if you, I mean, for purchase. We're not gonna give it to you. Sorry, but a poster of the canceled cover, as we're calling it.
Canceled cover.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Let
And
me
the
go
cool
back to
thing we mentioned, these are at the printers now. So Larry, the book is not at the printer, the novel. Those will ship next year. You will, so we're going to sell these. You know, we're a publisher. We're not just going through Kickstarter for all of our things. So these will be in bookstores. They'll be on Amazon. Specifically, just the regular edition of the novel, I should say. Excuse me. Um, the middle one there.
the
But
middle
you will
one
get
is
it
the
early
regular. Yep.
if you back it at you. Well, why don't you just buy it Amazon then? Well, you'll get it early. You'll get it before anybody else. And there's also perks you'll see when the Kickstarter goes live. That there's other perks to if you buy it, pledge now. But the
And if
book
we're successful and hit stretch goals, then you'll get the stretch goal stuff
and you
too.
get the stretch goals. So I mean, I think there's a lot of, I think we make a very compelling case of why, if you're interested, buy it now through the Kickstarter. And one of those things is you will get the book, the novel early. A month is what we're shooting for, a month or before anybody else. Be the first on your block, right?
To read American
Um,
Paladin.
but if you do like the graphic novel, and man, it's so cool. I think that's an option that you don't have to buy the graphic novel, right? We got many tiers. We're not going to break it all down right now. But if you do, that will actually ship in time for Christmas. So
Yeah.
it is at the printer now. We're the publisher. It's at the printer now, and you will get that as a holiday bonus if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's that. So then we've also got, like I just mentioned, the middle book. That's the standard trade edition of the novel.
It's a hardback. By trade, you don't mean trade.
Not trade
You
paperback.
just
Trade is
mean
in, yes, sorry.
the book will be commercially available.
Yes, right. And but we're doing some cool stuff with that too. We are not going cheapy on anything. These are even the plain edition of the novel is going to use really nice paper, really nice designed in papers. Uh, we can get some stenciled edges on the pages. So a lot of really cool features on that, even though it is sort of the basic hardcover.
It'll
And
be a
then
good
what's
looking
that?
book.
What's that black thing on the end there, Dave?
This is for my money the best cover Larry Correia has yet had in his career. He has had some good ones, but I love this. This is the Invictus edition. This is the really nice cover.
This is for the
Um,
collectors. Yeah.
Yeah, the collector's edition. It's gonna have some UV ink printing. So if you buy this edition, you get a UV flashlight with it. So you can see what's UV printed inside it. It's gonna have a beautiful interior. It's gonna have nice paper. One of my favorite features of this is that Larry will the signed copies, each signing page will have been kinetically, I'm using the language of the Kickstarter, kinetically altered at a distance by Larry Correia. And just to sort of certify that he did it, you will also get where this is not prohibited by law, um, the brass casing ejected by the remote kinetic alteration device. Um, so, so
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can send us an email and we will explain it. But we had to be very careful. We could probably say, I don't know the rules of
I
YouTube,
think
Dave.
we could say it for YouTube. Yeah, but
Larry's going to shoot
Kickstarter.
the signing the pages.
Yeah.
There,
Which
I said it.
I love. This was I saw it relatively recently, last year sometime, but this happened along like maybe in the 90s. Hunter S. Thompson had a book out and he invited Conan O'Brien out to his ranch. And he had a bartender in a little bar out by the shooting range, and he had a bunch of guns, including a 50 caliber machine gun.
Mhm.
Okay. And he set a bunch of copies of his own book, big hardback book, and he and Conan O'Brien just blew him full of holes. And I saw that year and a half ago or whatever. I said, oh my gosh, Larry needs to do this someday.
Uh,
It
But
won't
then
be
we
quite that.
rightly pointed out that like it makes it a little tricky to read if you've blown a big hole right through the entire book.
Correct.
So we modified it. It's
Yeah.
maybe not quite as fun, but you know, to
Yeah.
Jeff. So the sign-in page will be kinetically altered and signed,
Yeah.
uh, called the tip-in page. Sorry.
That's
Um,
good. It's some industry lingo for you. Yeah. So this is kind of the heart of the Kickstarter. This is it. It's book one in the series, in a very nice standard edition or in a pretty deluxe, unique kind of edition, and the graphic novel.
yeah, and we also know some people they just love ebooks, so we're going to have ebooks available, and our ebooks will be very nice. And we also know some people like Nick Searcy. Some people like audiobooks. In fact, a lot of Larry's fans like audiobooks. And so that was something we were like vehement that we were gonna make that happen. And we will with I mean with all of our books, we're gonna always ensure that there's audio, ebook, so of course, and nice ebooks, not ebooks that are an afterthought, right?
Yeah.
And audio. Audio is huge. Yeah, Larry won, well, audio awards his books have, right? Which are
Yeah.
the audiobook awards. And so, tell
And
us
if you're not
about,
recognizing Nick Searcy, he's
yeah,
he's a Hollywood actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, including recently. I mean, where I sort of became a fan is his work in Justified,
yeah,
where he played Timothy Olyphant's boss.
yeah. So, and I think him and Larry kind of know each other, or
Yep.
sort of. Yeah, they're in the anyway. And so, um, he was our first pick, and he said yes. And so
We got him.
that will we got him, and so there will be an audiobook, and that will be coming out timed with the novel when the novel comes out. And I
Yeah.
guess maybe the final, there's other things that we got a hat that's pretty cool.
I'll show you the hat, but let's talk about the dinners
That
because
was gonna say, but the big kahuna, you got your an uncle you never knew you had died and left you some money, and you're a big Larry fan. There's the hat. So it's got the little goat man guy on it.
and that design may not be final, but there'll be a hat.
Yeah, it'll be something like this. And we mentioned poster, the secret poster reward tier. We got the UV flashlights that we're going to be giving out with this stuff that you would need a UV flashlight. It would be a fun and prank to like send them to everybody, and then everyone's like searching, but there's no UVE.
People with
Hopefully,
only
there
the
will be.
standard edition don't realize there's nothing to see.
But um,
Or it just has a message in the back. You should have bought the Invictus edition.
yeah, right. That would be cruel. But then let's talk about the dinners, because that's our like highest tier.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so in
and
2026, we're gonna do three of these. And Nick Searcy sort of reminded me of this because we would I think we hope to get Nick out to one of them, but I don't know that we've told him. So Nick, if you're hearing this for the first time, surprise. We have not made any promises. But we'll do three, probably sort of something in the southeast United States and something in a region I shall call Texas, and something in the Mountain West.
that's the way
Uh,
Texans like to think of it, is the
yes,
yeah, right. In the is Texas Southern debate. It's like Texas is Texas. So anyway,
right.
yeah, those have not been nailed down, but they are something we are 100% going to do. And these will be not just a book signing where you go and maybe Larry reads a paragraph or three and then signs your books and tells
Yeah.
you to have a nice day. This is going to be like an event. There's going
Yep.
to, and so one of the
Dinner, maybe some speakers,
yeah,
roast,
interview,
something like
an,
that.
an, an evening with Larry Correia, this
Yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so one
And
of
it,
the yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're already one of Larry's fans and you've had a chance to meet him, you know that he's such a delight to hang out with.
Yeah,
He's warm and he's funny and he's a little goofy and those are going to be great.
yeah, and so the highest tier is it has comes with Invictus. It comes with a bunch of stuff, the Invictus edition, a bunch of stuff, but it's also sort of VIP tickets to this. And
Yep.
don't fret. we will obviously sell tick. This is not the only way we're selling tickets. So as we get closer to that time, we'll talk about that. But if
Yeah.
that's something that you're definitely interested in, I think, um, or if that's something that you're even a little interested in, I think, man, locking it in now and
It guarantees that I mean, you have a ticket, right?
you have a ticket, and I think this is going to be your best value with it too. You're going to get the VIP access and all this other
Yeah.
stuff with the Kickstarter that
Yeah.
as we get closer to the actual date,
Yeah.
it's not going to be quite as Tony of a package as I
And you
think.
won't get again the stretch goal rewards or whatever.
And you won't get the warm, fuzzy feeling of making David and Dave's life easier
Yeah,
by making this
100%.
Kickstarter a success. I mean, we think this will be big. I think, and that is due to Larry and his fan base and the world he's created. I think this is going to have such wide appeal. I
Yeah.
I really think this is going to open him up to audience. I think this is going to more than satisfy his core fan base, and it's going to open him up to an audience, even
Yeah.
bigger audience than he's ever had. I think this is going to be huge.
100%.
I am paid to say that, but I would say it even if the
I
check
believe it
bounced.
anyway. I get
Yeah.
paid, but it happens to be true this time. So yeah, yeah. So look for us next Tuesday. The next installment of the Gopherwood Lounge is going to be a live stream. We'll get the graphic up earlier so you can sign up, be notified. But it'll be, I think it'll be something like maybe 8:30, 8:45 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, the 9th of September. But in any case, Tuesday, September 9th, and we'll share that out to the mailing list as well as to X's and look forward to seeing you there. Anything else we ought to tell people, David?
No, just Ark Press is the website. You can sign up for our kind of broad mailing list. If you want to get on that very specific Larry mailing list, which if you've listened to this point of the podcast, you probably do, go and that there's a link to that on our pinned tweet over at X.
We'll put a link in
In the YouTube
the
video,
description
great. That
here
would be
too.
great
Yeah.
too. And then hopefully we'll also put a link to the Kickstarter pre-launch, but if not, head over to Kickstarter and just, type words related to this until it pops up.
Yeah.
I've typed in Ark Press and Correia, and that it's the first thing that comes up. So sign up
Yeah.
over there too for the pre-launch so you don't miss it. Because actually one last thing, which is that there is going to be early bird pricing on we haven't 1000% nailed down everything, but for sure there will be early bird pricing on the just regular basic tier that comes the hardcover. Not
Yeah.
the Invictus, but the hardcover edition. So, and that
Yeah.
will probably run for not that long. So,
Yeah. So,
don't
so there,
hesitate.
there are secret tiers. There are advantages to being on the mailing list because we'll send you that stuff, and yeah, there's some advantageous pricing for signing up early.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, great. I'm
Awesome.
excited. I'm gonna
Cool.
drink so much coffee before that live stream. I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls with excitement.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
You can't do that, but I'll drink enough for both of us.
Okay, perfect. So thank you for joining us for this installment, this episode of the Gopherwood Lounge. Remember that the humans win in the end.